What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. First things first, I want to say an absolute massive thank you for all the support on the last video. Really happy with how that turned out, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So as promised, here is the Twin Furies guide that I said I would put out yesterday. So I'm not going to go over my invent and setup really. The only thing I'll say is you're going to want to melee it, and then you're going to want to have a 200 melee weapon for those area of effect damage. You can downgrade this to tier 80 like Chaotic Spear or Chaotic Maul or whatever, but if you do that, I would recommend taking a Yak over a Blood Nihil and taking the Supreme Brawler Aura to just help with that accuracy a little bit. But other than that, that's the only changes I would make if you're downgrading to a tier 80. And without further ado, we'll jump into the actual kill. Okay, so this boss fight has three main phases to it. I'm gonna cover these phases individually. So the first phase is the spawn. The two Furies will spawn in the north of the room, and you're gonna want to attack the red Fury first. Now, attacking this, you want to instantly do an area of effect ability, because you'll be able to hit both of them before the white Fury does its first special attack. Okay, so this first special attack, the white Fury is going to charge from end to end 4 times. And it's always going to be in the same order, so it's always going to charge north to south, east to west, south to north, and then west to east. So you can always predict where it's going to come from. As soon as it attacks you once, it's going to go into this special attack, and so you're going to be very close to the first attack, which is going to come from the north. So you only need to move a couple of steps out of the way. So basically, once you've done 2 abilities on the red Fury, you can move 2 steps out of the way. As it's going north to south, you want to move either east or west. And that will move you out of the way of this attack. Now, as soon as it hits the other end of the room, it's going to lock onto your location and then move to the east side of the room, and then it's going to charge east to west. So you can anticipate where it's going to go to and just move out of the way. It's very intuitive. You'll pick it up very quickly, and you don't need to panic run around. Now, what is important is whilst you're dodging these attacks is you only need to move a couple of squares, and you can get an ability in each time that it charges you, so you can build your adrenaline up nicely. But the important thing is that you are on the east side of the red Fury after the 4th attack, and this is important because the white Fury will come and MD you, and it means that they'll be sort of very close to each other or stacked on top of each other, which means that all of your AoE abilities will hit really nicely. So once the Fury has finished its special attacks, they'll both be very close to each other. You're going to want to start utilising your thresholds. So definitely use Hurricane. You're also going to want to use Assault, Cleave Basic, and also the Quake ability. So once you've used your 3 sort of main thresholds of this part of the fight, you just want to build up your adrenaline as high as you can. And after not many hits after you've used the 3 thresholds, the red Fury is going to move away from you and do its first special attack, which is where it's going to sort of like spikes fall from the ceiling. Which will hit you for constant range damage if you don't move out of the way of this. Now, the best way to do it is, if you're using your abilities, you will actually just run towards where the red Fury is. If you use Barge, I believe it will actually barge you straight to where it is. And then all you need to do is stand in the vicinity of that Fury, so maybe underneath it, and you won't get hit by the special attack. Now, you will be able to still attack the white Fury while it's in the special mode, but you won't be able to do any damage to the red one. So I use Slaughter and obviously move the white Fury to get maximum damage, and also Tendrils, and then build my adrenaline up as much as I can. Now, this is it's very important to get your adrenaline as high as possible. Now, what's also important again is your positioning. So you want to stand behind the red Fury, because this means that when it drops down, again, they're going to be both stacked near each other, which means you can do AoE damage. As soon as it drops down, you probably won't quite be 100% adrenaline, but berserk as soon as you can and start building up your adrenaline, because after a couple of hits, they're going to teleport to the middle, which is going to be the final part of the fight and the most fun part of the fight. Okay, so after you've used Cleave and you're building up your adrenaline after you've berserked, you want to move towards the middle of the room. This just stops you getting hit like a 2k typeless damage when the fire comes up all around the outside of the room. So yeah, move towards the middle of the room whilst building your adrenaline. Now, this is the most fun part of the fight, and again, positioning is key so you can do the maximum damage. So they'll start to do this sort of like fire charge attack, which will then explode. And they are extremely weak to taking damage at this point, so you want to use all of the AoEs you can. So as soon as they teleport to that middle bit, use Hurricane, use Cleave, and use Quake. and pretty much the kill is done at this point. Now it's important where you stand, so you want to stand very as close as you can to the white Fury whilst attacking the red Fury, and you'll see that I sort of right click to try and stand underneath it. As long as you're hitting both of them with your AoEs, that's absolutely fine, and you can just see you can do absolutely massive damage. Really good fun. If you don't kill it in time, or if you do kill it, the explosion may still hit you, so you can escape away, or just tank it. Because to be honest, you can heal most of your, or you can heal all of your HP back using Soul Split if you have the Souls Amulet, and also Vampirism Scrimshaw or Vampora also does help in that regards. Okay, so I'm just going to play a kill in full speed now, so you can see what a normal kill would look like. A few final thoughts and comments on this boss. I think it's actually a really good boss. It's got a couple of good mechanics in it that are good for sort of introductory PvM. So it teaches you to dodge out of the way with its first special attack, and it teaches you that it's important to do sort of maximum DPS at certain points. So it's a really good mid-tier boss, I would say. Good introductory boss for people wanting to get into PvM, but not quite as easy as, you know, the lower tier God Wars bosses and stuff like that. So overall, I really like this boss. And I will be carrying on with the rest of the God Wars 2 bosses now that this one is out of the way. I'm currently working on loot from 100 Vindictor kills, so that's going to be the next video that's out, since I have slightly higher Zaros reputation. Very early into that at the moment, but yeah, looking forward to get that out. Hopefully have that with you guys by Friday. Hope you're all looking forward to that, and then obviously we'll bring out the guide for the Vindictor boss and then all the other bosses as I get round to them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please do give it a like. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to keep up to date on all my content that will be coming out over the next couple of weeks and months, please do subscribe. And yeah, last thing to say is just thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.